What's up, guys? Twintuitive717. I am back with another short check-in here for the Masculine Collective. I'm hearing that you're the one, or you'll always be the only one. And what I'm getting here is somebody that feels attracted to just you and only you. Okay, now I'm getting two scenarios here, and this could be two different collective of masculines. If somebody is in a relationship with somebody else since meeting you or having some kind of intimate exchange with you, no judgment. I'm hearing it's something that you both just couldn't help. It's something that you felt right away, and however, that snowballed into your romantic or intimate encounter. It is what it is, okay? But I feel like for those of you who have a masculine who's with somebody else, they want you to know that, like, since exchanging intimate romantic energy with you, they can't feel an attraction to anybody else, is what I'm picking up on. Now, if your masculine is not with somebody else, I'm hearing this is more so somebody who just prefers to be single. I did share a reading previously about this, like, lone wolf energy, where they just prefer to move on their own. They're not interested in commitments, long-term relationships. But after meeting you, it just feels like I can't be without this person, or I can't seem to feel an attraction to anything else or anyone else. They could be fixated on you, wanting to spend more time with you. So let's dig deeper into this message from the masculines and find out what it is they want to reveal to you. And again, because I feel like this is somebody who tends to just hold back a little, we have codependency here. Maybe they don't want to be codependent on anybody, right? This is somebody who holds back the fact that they have deeper feelings for you. Right? They don't want this whole codependent thing. Maybe they don't want you being codependent on them, and they don't want to be codependent on anyone else, because for them, that's what relationships are all about. And maybe for them, it ends in disaster. Maybe they've seen this over time mimicked in other relationships or with people who are close to them. But again, I feel like you're coming in and you're really breaking down this wall that this person has built up against experiencing true love or a true romantic encounter. Okay, but they're letting you know here that whatever this is between you two, it's really affecting them on a deep level. Okay, they can't eat, they can't sleep, especially if they're in another relationship with somebody else. It's getting harder and harder to hide that there's something going on, like, on a deeper level. Okay, let's see what else is coming up. Okay, so we do have make the effort. Okay, so great love is taking the steps that you're guided to take. I'm hearing being truthful. Okay, so this is a path that this masculine is going to have to go down when it comes to the connection with you. I'm hearing be truthful because they're not going to be able to hold it in much longer. If they're with somebody else, they're going to be having some honest conversations there. If they're not with somebody else, they're going to be having honest conversations with you, or at least breaking down that ego and pride and having the courage to reach out. Because I feel like they're holding back from reaching out because they feel like if they do, then it's going to start initiating, a relationship of some sort, which I feel like for most of their life they tend to avoid. But in this case, they can't help it. And I feel like if this is a masculine who just prefers to be by themselves, they're like uncomfortable with the fact that they can't stop thinking about you. Okay, like they're almost stumped because they're probably so good at protecting their energy, but romantic feelings are romantic feelings, right? It's not like a light switch. You can't just turn it off. And I feel like when this masculine is ready to feel this way, and because it's coming in so unexpectedly, it's really feeling drawn to you because they're of a more serious nature and they prefer to be by themselves. When they do decide that they want something or someone, or just that energy feels right, I'm getting this very determined energy. Okay, this could be the one is a strong message that I keep getting here. Okay, you're the one. And I can't feel that pull towards anybody else since meeting you or since you coming into my life. Okay, healing family issues could be somebody that is ready to say yes to true love versus always trying to find a way around it or not feeling like they're worthy enough. This could come in the form of leaving a relationship behind when it comes to healing family issues. It could have like triggers around things like divorce, separation, just being able to heal that and do what you need to do for yourself. and be happy. Okay, so many of your masculines too are going to be kind of forgiving, experiencing healing and forgiving their parents, because they're going to start realizing or understanding maybe why some of their parents had to separate or divorce. Because now that they're adults, they're realizing that sometimes relationships just naturally come to an end, or sometimes your life takes a sudden turn or a shift, or your soul is called elsewhere, or you're called to have the courage and the faith to, do something different in this lifetime, and you can feel it in every ounce of your soul. So that's what I feel like is happening for those masculines there who might be in karmic situations that they may need to break away from. And I feel like they've known this all along, but it wasn't until stumbling upon you and feeling this kind of odd, strange romantic pull to you that this started becoming more clear and clear. Okay, now we also have the flirt card here coming up, and I feel like this is something that they may be struggling to do, especially if, again, they're not the romantic type, kind of rough around the edges, don't really care for long-term commitments or relationships. It's just, if they need some kind of intimate moment, they take care of business type of thing. But, with you may be bringing this out of this person. And I feel like lighthearted energy is something that they've been lacking or missing for a really long time. And twin flames have a tendency to do this, or like when divine masculine, divine feminine meet, you go through this period of like feeling like a kid all over again. It's like butterflies in your stomach, like having a crush, feeling so excited to see this person. When you talk to them, you're smiling so much that your cheek hurts at the end of the phone call or the conversation, whatever it is. I feel like this feeling for the masculine, like all of these are indications here that you could be the one. You're the one that they're thinking about. Okay, so let's dive into some of the romantic feelings and the flirt card and the attraction here. Okay, what do they think about when they think about you romantically? Okay, so we do have the 10 of Cups. Now 10 is a number about completing karmic cycles, okay? And that's why I feel like many of them are healing this experience between the two of you. However odd it is that you've met under the strange circumstances, I feel like all of it has to do with wrapping up karmic cycles. So for a lot of you that have met and now your world is kind of slowly flipping upside down, what you thought you wanted maybe isn't what you wanted, and now that you've met this person, maybe they're not ideally what you want either long term, but they're definitely opening up your eyes to wrapping up cycles that you've probably been in and that you needed to move yourself out of, but you didn't know how to do it, or you didn't have the strength or the courage or the inspiration or the muse. But this person walks into your life and boom, all of a sudden you get this energetic boost to start living life in such a truthful, authentic way without being afraid. Okay, and that is what I feel like both of you are kind of bringing to the table here, which all indicates wrapping up a cycle so that you can make space or make room for what's to come. And that is for many of you who are getting ready to bond or go deeper into another cycle with this person. I feel like it's not over. Okay, I feel like the King of Wands here, Wands energy, or even if this is a fire sign, divine masculine, like when they love with their heart, and purpose means a lot to them. So if something meaningful comes along, they're going to have the courage to speak up, okay? And that's why we have make the effort here coming up. So be prepared, like whoever is masculine this is, yes, you guys have met under unusual circumstances, but somebody is prepared to like come home to you or make it very apparent here that you are who their heart is with. And you may not see this coming, okay? You maybe turn minding your own business because you may be at a distance from them. You may be picking up on their energy a lot because they're thinking about you very heavily, but for the most part I feel like many of you may just kind of be minding your own business, especially if they may be in another relationship. A lot of you could be waiting for that to just kind of taper off or find its karmic justice or its karmic balance. Whoever this feminine is, you don't want to get involved, okay? but I feel like you can still feel that tower moment or that dark night of the soul happening with your masculine. And I feel like many of you in this energy are like, okay, listen, let's not communicate. Please don't reach out until you've wrapped up this cycle. Okay, so Two of Pentacles is about making a choice in their material world. This choice is because it's Pentacles energy. I feel like a lot of you have your backs turned because you don't want to be communicating with your masculine while they're going through some kind of separation or divorce, or just anything that has to do with the material world can naturally bring about stress, changes, busy schedules. So I feel like a lot of you are like, I'm going to wait for that to simmer down before I open up my energy again. Okay. But they're definitely right behind you, okay? And then for those of you who, you've got this lone wolf here, I feel like it's so cute that they are maybe trying to be a little bit more authentic, romantic. It feels, again, uncomfortable, like whoever this masculine is, they're not used to doing this, but they want to do it. And it's coming off as like really romantic because they're not used to doing this for just anybody. I feel like when it comes to you, they're really going to put in that effort. Okay, because we did have make the effort here coming up. So whoever's masculine lone wolf this is, where it's like you guys have connected, but they're kind of pulling back because, again, they prefer to just be alone, do things on their own. They might be even trying to convince themselves of this in this period of separation. But your energy just lingers. It can't seem to leave them alone. And the only thing that they can think of here is making you some kind of offer. Look at that, guys. We have 2 and 2 coming out. Those of you who have masculines here that are leaving soulmate or karmic situations behind, not in a negative way, but it's more of like wrapping up cycles with the 10 energy here. Wrapping up a cycle or closing off a karmic cycle because you've learned the lesson or you've acknowledged the lesson and you've come to terms with it. Okay? Now, yeah, I feel like for both of you, somebody has a choice to make. This masculine has a clear choice to make, and it's about making the effort. It's about making the effort toward great love, but it does involve, taking a good look at yourself first and maybe shifting around a few things. But ideally, they want to come towards you. And both cards here, it's somebody that's coming towards you, wanting to make some kind of offer. Okay, now for those of you who have masculines here in that group with leaving something behind or taking the steps towards you, and those of you who have your back turned, basically waiting for your masculines to dissolve something, I feel like that's your confirmation here. I do feel like there's maybe conversations here happening behind the scenes about separating or severing ties. Okay, somebody feeling magnetized to another situation. Somebody else is aware as well. Like, I don't know if this is like, a spouse. It could be karmic situations too. Like, it could be a variety of things that end up holding your person in place. But I feel it's more of just wrapping things up. And one thing here that's under the surface that has nothing to do with you, Divine Feminine, but I feel like for a long time many of your masculines have felt like just very routine in this relationship, and even before you came along, this card indicates to me that they've thought about ending this, or because after the 4 is 5, and for me that's conflict and change. To me, it gives me the indication of 2 people being with one another. It fizzled out a really long time ago. I feel like the Divine Masculine and both this karmic partner, soulmate partner, whoever they're with, they've known for a really long time, but the reasons that they choose to stay is the karmic cycle that they go through. They could oftentimes argue about things like money, finances. I feel like they could have had discussions many, many times about separating and divorce, but they stay because when they start punching numbers, it's like, okay, no. Let's just stay and try to work it out. I feel like a lot of major tower moments are happening around certain aspects of each other's lives. And that's why I feel like a lot of you are staying clear of this, because in the physical world, when these types of conversations start happening, it can get messy, it can get chaotic. Okay, so that's your confirmation here that yes, you can feel energetically you're masculine, and many of you might wonder what's going on in that situation, although your back is turned. Serious conversations about, with the scissors there, severing ties and kind of moving forward. Okay, so if you can feel it energetically, just trust that, because I feel like a lot of you are just not wanting to check in or intervene whatsoever. Okay, you're keeping it pushing, you're keeping it moving. And, you know, for those of you here, I feel victory. I feel like this masculine here who could be this lone wolf, I feel victory. I feel like maybe there is a part of you that's your strength, something about your strength. It's softening them up in a sense where they're wanting to make that effort and that offer towards you. Okay, so I feel like you guys can expect communication, because there's something about you that they like if they're a lone wolf and they move with integrity, most likely I feel like this is somebody who has taken the time to I want to say scope you out. I'm getting this very serious energy with this lone wolf masculine here, and the reason being is because I feel like it takes a lot for them to come down on their knees and make this offer. So you must be very, very worthy. You must be somebody who you present yourself very well with a lot of strength and character, and I feel like they're really smitten by that, or they're really mesmerized by that, and they're willing to put in the effort, because I'm hearing them say, no, like, this is a real one. This is a real one, because you might have a seriousness about you as well, or you're able to kind of hold your own, or just, I don't know, something about the way that you present your character, your nature, your mannerisms. They can tell that you're grounded and you have a good head on your shoulders. Okay, something about you presents, you know, very strongly to them, that, you know, they're willing to I guess, you know, kind of humble themselves a little bit here, you know, put their best foot forward and make some kind of romantic gesture. All right, guys, so I know this was kind of two energies here that I was picking up on, but I hope it was helpful in some way. All right, guys, you take it easy, and I will catch you in the next reading. Okay, bye, guys.